Hey everybody, today I'm challenging you to create a self-portrait. We are living in some really unique times where things have changed a lot, even in the past few months. Times like these where change is constant and you don't really know what's going to happen next are some of the times that we see the most creative artwork come from artists. One of those that I'd like to focus on is the self-portrait. Now, self-portraits are generally a time where an artist is spending a lot of time with themselves and is reflecting on how they see themselves, whether actually how they see themselves in the mirror or how they see themselves emotionally or mentally. We see this through the different varieties of self-portraits. We have some that are extremely realistic, down to fine details. We have some that are really made out of these shapes more so than real lines and these bold colors, and it's more expressing how the person feels about themselves more than how they actually think they look. And then we have some somewhere in between. So I want to show you a few famous self-portraits and tell you a little bit about the artist who created them. Then you're going to get to kind of figure out what you want to do in a self-portrait and set off to work. So the first artist I have for you is Norman Rockwell. Norman Rockwell lived from 1894 to 1978. He was an American artist who really focused on popular American culture at the time. So his drawings and paintings really reflect just what was going on at the time of his popularity. His painting is himself looking in the mirror, creating his self-portrait. Now, it's often referred to as the triple self-portrait because he's drawing himself in the mirror, and then he's actually creating his self-portrait there as well. The next artist is Frida Kahlo. Frida was a Mexican painter who lived from 1907 to 1954. Her art style really brought in a lot of the folk art that was native to her and what she grew up with, and she really poured a lot of that into her paintings and really was true to what she saw and what she felt was going on in her life. Next is Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh was a Dutch artist who lived from 1853 to 1890. He's classified as a post-impressionist, but he had several works of art that ranged in all different types and styles. He did several self-portraits as he aged, and you can see them in the different styles and the different ways he began to view himself as he grew older. Next is Faith Ringgold. Faith Ringgold is an African-American artist who was born in 1930 in Harlem, New York. She's still alive today and is still working on several projects. She really based her work on African art and used that to create a very unique type of art that she's using called story quilts. And so she would use images to depict a story over a quilt, and they sometimes include words, and that's her main thing. But this was an early self-portrait of hers that kind of brings in the same style that she uses for the story quilts. Our last artist is Yun Gi. This was an Chinese-American artist who lived from 1906 to 1963. I'm really excited to include this because it shows kind of what I was talking about the more different lines, not as realistic, but more of a what he saw and what he felt. And so these have all been some pretty unique different takes on self-portrait. We've got some very, very realistic, we've got some that are really expressing what the artist was feeling at the time. We have some that are based on reflection, some that are based on memory, some that are based on other people's ideas of what they looked like. So I really want you to take all this information and kind of figure out what you would be looking for in your own self-portrait. Are you wanting something that is exactly how you would look in a mirror in a photo? Are you thinking more of how you think you look? Or maybe how you feel that other people see you? There are no wrong ways to do a self-portrait, so I really encourage you to test out the waters, see what you can come up with. If you'd like some more instruction on some how-tos, You can go to the kindergarten through second grade video. They're also doing self-portraits. I'm just giving them a little bit more guidance about exactly some steps. But I think you guys are at an age where I can give you an assignment and you can really run with it. So I don't want to give you too many steps. But if you would like some step-by-step advice, head over to the kinder through second grade video and that'll give you some more steps. I would love to see what you guys are coming up with. Please send anything you've created to me so I can see it and share in your amazing artwork with